Hey everyone, Jamie again. In this part of the episode, we're going to talk about the different types of innominate dysfunctions you can have, and I'm going to show it to you using our hand motions. Okay, so this is going to be my ASISs. These are going to be my PSISs, okay? These you can pretend are like our pubic symphysis, and these are going to be the legs, okay? But we're going to focus mostly on the ASISs and the PSISs, all right? My right side, my left side. So let's say you've done an ASIS compression test, okay, and it's the right side that's positive. That tells us that everything, all of our landmarks need to be referenced to the right side, okay? So say we're measuring the ASIS heights, and the ASIS on the right side is higher than the ASIS on the left side, right? So that tells us it looks like this, right? We can measure leg lengths, and we can see that this right leg is shorter, right? Which makes sense because it's coming up this way. All right, and when we measure our PSISs on the back, our right PSIS is going to be lower than our left PSIS. And this we call a posterior innominate when we do this. Okay. Now if I were to reset, same side is positive, the right side, with the ASIS compression test. Now if I said my ASIS is lower on the right side, all right, I can turn my hand this way. My right leg is going to be longer, and my right PSIS is going to be more superior to my left PSIS. Okay, so those are your basic. So this was an anterior innominate, this is a posterior innominate, okay? Now we're going to talk some of the other diagnoses, right? So we also are going to cover inflares and outflares. And so your outflares are going to be when your hips are going to be, of course, flared outwards like this. So on the front, where we're measuring the distance from the ASIS to the belly button, right, this is what we're measuring, you know? So an outflare is going to have a greater distance versus an inflare, which is going to have a smaller distance. So in our hands, say again, our right side's positive for ASIS compression test. Our right ASIS is going to be farther away than our left ASIS, okay? So you can measure it that way. And then same way with an inflare, say it was again a positive on the right side. In an inflare, your right ASIS would be more medial versus your left ASIS, okay? You can also take a look at the feet for inflares and outflares. For an outflare, if your hips are flared out, your feet may also be turning out, right? And then for an inflare, your feet may turn in. Now we're going to talk about shears, okay? So your shears, say again positive on the right side for an ASIS compression test. Say my ASIS is higher, but my PSIS on the right side is now also higher. Because both sides are higher, we call this a superior innominate shear, okay? If my ASIS was lower on the right side and my PSIS was also lower on the right side, that's an inferior innominate shear, okay? So those are the basic treatments that, the basic dysfunctions that we can have with innominates. In the next part of the video, we're going to have some people demonstrating the different types of treatments that we can do for these dysfunctions.